they were really impressed by the country, by its development, and I just welcome you, everyone who has the opportunity to also to visit my country. For those who have just joined, I will repeat that I'm Consul General of the Russian Federation in Chennai. I'm responsible for 5 states of south of India. And to the right of me, this is the director of the Russian Center, Alexander Dadronov. We are holding traditional annual press conference today on the Russian-Indian relations and our cooperation with the south of India. And I think I will start with just general assessment of our relationship, which certainly I would say that the passing year, 2025, was of course very fruitful in our cooperation, and we have noted practically growth practically in all areas. And as we started this press conference demonstrating you the documentary on the 80th anniversary, it was one of the celebrations under the sign of which we worked this year. Also, this year we had 2 more memorable dates. It is 25th anniversary of Russia-India, of establishing Russia-India strategic partnership, and also it is already 15 years as our strategic partnership was raised to the level of special and privileged. We held most of our events here in the Russian Center, and also in coordination with various Indian institutions under the sign of these celebrations. I think we had more than 20 events, or more than 15 events at least, devoted to the celebration of the victory in the World War II and Great Patriotic War. Great Patriotic War, it is a part of World War II, a war that was pursued by Russia against the Hitler fascist Germany in 1941, 1945. And the result of that war, I think you're quite aware, as this is not just the victory of not just the entering of the Soviet army into Berlin, but also the creation of the new system of international relations, which for the first time adopted, for the first time in the history of mankind, adopted many principles, also the principles of equality between states that now govern all the international relations. And now we take it as for granted, but just 80 years back, it was not such a normal thing. And many of these principles were established as a result of that victory. So just coming back to our main topic about our relationship, you know that Russia and India had a very intensive political dialogue this year. Our foreign ministers, external affairs ministers met at least 6 times. And our presidents had at least 7 telephone conversations, and President and Prime Minister. And certainly the major milestone was the state visit of the President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, to India on 4th and on December 4-5. That was definitely historic, landmark event, providing the new impetus to our cooperation. I think starting from our leaders' chemistry, which was fully displayed during this summit. The meeting, the top-level meeting had a lot of deliverables in the form of 29 agreements and a long joint statement and rather solid. That was rather solid document, which is called Russia-India. Time-tested, progressive partnership based on trust and mutual respect. The arrangements and the agreements and the understandings of this summit are set to create conditions and energize the existing institutionalized cooperation framework, providing additional positive effect to our trade, economic, scientific, technological, defense, security, cultural, and academic ties. This is also important for enhancing collaboration between the regions of Russia and India, including the southern India. I think you know that Russia, in the understandings and the agreements that we had, one of the most important is that we are going to work on making our trade more balanced and certain specific trade benchmarks, and not just in trade but in economic cooperation and scientific cooperation were set in our joint program of development of strategic areas of Russian-Indian economic cooperation till 2030, that was adopted during this summit. Touching on our cooperation in South India, we had very prolific, our general consulate, the Russian house, we had a very prolific run this year. We had a lot on our plate, and there are some maybe the main highlights were the meetings with the top authorities for the southern Indian states. And, I had a meeting with Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Stalin, with the Chief Minister of Telangana, Rewant Reddy, and along with Ambassador of the Russian Federation. In February we visited Karnataka and participated in the biennial Indian Air Show, and also met the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. I also had an opportunity to meet governors, including Governor Ravi of Tamil Nadu, including Governor S. Varma of Telangana. We discussed the let's say broad agenda of our cooperation and the opportunities and the current status of our cooperation and opportunities for further expanding our interaction. Also, we had several delegations that visited India and southern India, and this was they were first of all aimed to bridge the gap in awareness between our businessmen. Several very representative business delegations visited all southern Indian states, Tamil Nadu and Telangana, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and also the first South Indian business mission was organized from Tamil Nadu to Russia. So the focus of our business cooperation is getting increasingly diversified and shifting towards high technologies, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, pharma, fintech, and agri-tech. But apart from this, certainly we continued to assist in developing in the construction and developing of our cooperation within major projects. First of all, the construction of the nuclear power plant Pulam in Tamil Nadu, modernization of the Indian railway network, and assistance in promoting the project of Vande Bharat, expanding interaction. Also, we worked in the area of development of natural development of natural resources deposits. I think Alexander will touch on the cultural aspects of our interaction, which was, I would say, we had a very rich program this year, a lot of events, and I think I will provide the floor for him.
Thank you. In 2025, the Russian Center of Science and Culture, the RCC in Chennai, effectively implemented a comprehensive program aimed at strengthening humanitarian, educational, and cultural ties between Russia and India, South India particularly. Primary focus was given to engaging with youth, audience, and academic circles. The central theme, as His Excellency already mentioned, the central theme of the year was the 80th anniversary of victory in the Great Patriotic War. A series of large-scale campaigns, for example, St. George's Ribbon campaign, the Immortal Regiment campaign, field screenings and exhibitions were held, reaching thousands of students and Chennai citizens in general from leading Chennai universities, organizations, companies. Separate events were dedicated to defender of the Fatherland Day and Russia's contemporary role, including discussions on international relations. I would like to emphasize, put the stress on one event, that on the eve of Victory Day, Russian boxer Dmitry Kudryashov, worldwide known as Russian Sledgehammer, the champion, boxing champion, brought a lamp lit from the eternal flame in Moscow to Chennai, symbolizing the enduring memory of the great patriotic war. The flame was handed over the young sportsman San Mitranat, representing the youth of the Russian compatriot community in Chennai. Kudryashov also conducted a high-energy masterclass for 100 young, talented Indian boxers at the newly inaugurated, at that time, Kalainar Century Boxing Academy in Chennai. This event drew attention. Thank you, my friend. Put it there. Of the master class were Dr. Atulya Misra, IAS officer, additional chief secretary of Government Youth Welfare and Sports Development Department, and Indian boxing champion, the Olympian Mr. Venkatasan Devarajan. The event had a great success. The cultural highlights of the year was Russia's late participation as the country of focus at the 23rd Chennai International Film Festival. The cultural highlight of the year was Russia's participation as the country of focus at the 23rd Chennai International Film Festival. The closing day is today. Within this framework, screenings of films by the outstanding Russian film director, screenwriter, producer, and the director of the Mosfilm studio, Karen Shakhnazarov, were held with great success. A particularly significant event was the celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Russian-Indian Strategic Partnership, which His Excellency already mentioned as well. Happened in December. This celebration marked a festive concert program, marked by a festive concert program. Its audience included not only Indian citizens, but also representatives of diplomatic missions from foreign countries, underscoring the broad international resonance of our bilateral relationships. A significant intensification of academic and inter-university cooperation is being observed. The states of South India, such as Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, attract Russian partners due to the high standards of their educational institutions and their capacity to train qualified and semi-qualified personnel. This cooperation, I would say, gains particular relevance in light of the mobility agreements signed at the recent bilateral summit. In 2025, the number of places at Russian universities for foreign students increased, which indicates high international demand for Russian education that meets world standards. We are pleased to announce that the further increase in quotas is planned for 2026, including the Russian government scholarship program. Key events in education with over 13,000 participants included the large-scale exhibition of Russian Education 2025, Precise Energy Olympiad, and Science Festival. RCSC successfully running Russian language courses, a dance school, and a library. Also, the Michael Tal Chess Club plays a special role. Founded in 1972, it has become a legendary training ground for Indian chess. Over the years, it has been attended by many of the country's outstanding grandmasters, including the first Indian world champion, Viswanathan Anand. Over 100 events were conducted throughout the year, reaching a wide audience and generating significant media resonance. Strong partnerships have been established with leading universities and institutions in southern India. The RCSC activities make a substantial contribution, I believe, to strengthening Russia's positive image, expanding its humanitarian influence, and creating a solid foundation for deepening the Russian-Indian strategic partnerships, especially in the fields of education, science, and culture. Thank you.
I think you know that it was mentioned that Chennai-Vladivostok maritime corridor was mentioned in the joint statement of our leaders at the summit, and among two other major projects. It is also international corridor north-south and the northern sea route. Why I just would like to draw your attention to this, because Vladivostok is a very important focal point in between at least two of these transport corridors. As this is a connection point between the North Sea route, which, as we expect, within foreseeable future will be open, and they will have the full year navigation, and this is also this makes Vladivostok a very important hub, and Chennai-Vladivostok, even from this point, it is a very perspective project, and this is certainly, it has a great future. At this point, we are working on activating this route, and I think it will take time. It will take time. Anyway, certainly there are certain cargoes which are already coming from Vladivostok and going to there, and mostly coming from Vladivostok. So certainly this is a great work that we will have to do, and I would like to repeat that it is one of the most perspective maritime corridors of the future.
Yes. India government is introducing new nuclear bill.
Yeah.
For allowing privatization. What is your take on that, sir? Because yours.
Look, I don't want to play role of a backseat driver to say anything about this or to advise about the nuclear bill, but it is understandable. India would like to, as we see it, would like to expedite its development of its nuclear domestic industry, and certainly we are ready to work with Indian, not just state but private sector in this area. But in fact, I think we already have some kind of cooperation, not in the critical areas of construction of nuclear power power plant Consul, but let's say non-critical areas. And not just Consul, but also in construction, in our joint efforts in construction of the nuclear power plant Rupur in Bangladesh. I believe that this will also open opportunities to expand our cooperation not just in the use of the nuclear energy, in the direct use of the nuclear energy, but also in its let's say in its additional application, for example, in the sphere of radiology, medicine, and many other applications.
So